Ladies and gentlemen, in life, everyone encounters moments of difficulty, uncertainty, and pain. For a woman, the way she handles these moments can significantly shape how others perceive her. Vulnerabilities are a natural part of the human experience. They reflect our struggles, fears, and doubts. While sharing them can foster connection and empathy, it's also important to understand the risks of exposing them indiscriminately. A wise woman knows that not everyone who listens has her best interests at heart, and sometimes sharing vulnerabilities can lead to unintended consequences. There is power in resilience and composure. When a woman chooses to keep her vulnerabilities private, she protects her dignity and sense of self. This does not mean suppressing emotions or denying challenges, but rather exercising discernment in deciding when and with whom to share. A trusted confidant, a supportive family member, or a skilled therapist can provide the right space to process these feelings without fear of judgment or exploitation. However, exposing vulnerabilities to people who may misuse or misunderstand them can result in unnecessary complications. The modern world, especially with the advent of social media, often encourages oversharing. People are tempted to broadcast their feelings, challenges, and struggles in pursuit of validation or sympathy. While such openness might momentarily ease the burden, it also creates a record that others can revisit, sometimes out of malice. A woman who shares too much risks having her moments of weakness weaponized against her in the future. Those who might envy her success or harbor ill intentions could exploit her vulnerabilities to undermine her credibility or confidence. By protecting her struggles, a woman also sets boundaries that reinforce her independence. The ability to handle challenges privately signals strength and maturity, earning the respect of others. It's not about pretending life is perfect, but about recognizing that some battles are best fought behind closed doors. This approach ensures that a woman retains control over her narrative, sharing her experiences only when she feels ready and with people she trusts. Keeping vulnerabilities private doesn't mean living in isolation or refusing to seek help. On the contrary, it's a call to be selective and intentional about where to turn for support. A woman should build a circle of trusted group of people who truly care for her well-being and understand her without judgment. This circle becomes a source of strength, helping her navigate life's challenges without exposing her struggles to those who might not understand or respect her journey. Furthermore, safeguarding vulnerabilities can positively influence how others perceive her. A woman who maintains her composure during tough times often inspires admiration and trust. People view her as capable and reliable, qualities that open doors in both personal and professional contexts. When she chooses to share her story, it comes from a place of strength rather than desperation, allowing her to inspire and connect without compromising her self-worth. In addition to protecting her reputation, keeping vulnerabilities private helps a woman maintain emotional stability. Sharing too much with the wrong people can lead to unsolicited advice, criticism, or even mockery, which only adds to the stress of an already challenging situation. By processing her emotions privately or with a trusted confidant, she avoids unnecessary noise and focuses on finding constructive solutions to her problems. It is also worth noting that some struggles lose their intensity over time. A vulnerability that feels overwhelming today may seem less significant in the future. By keeping it private, a woman gives herself the chance to heal, grow, and gain perspective without being defined by a fleeting moment of weakness. She retains the freedom to decide how, when, and if she wants to share that part of her story. In summary, choosing to guard her vulnerabilities is not an act of secrecy or dishonesty, but one of wisdom and self-respect. It allows a woman to navigate her challenges with grace, protect her emotional well-being, and maintain control over her life's narrative. It empowers her to rise above adversity, not by denying its existence, but by handling it with discretion and strength. Through this, she not only preserves her dignity, but also exemplifies resilience, inspiring those around her. Dreams and long-term plans are some of the most personal and sacred aspects of a person's life. They represent a woman's aspirations, her vision for the future, and her deepest desires. Yet in a world that constantly demands transparency, it is important for a woman to recognize the value of keeping these plans private. Sharing ambitions prematurely can invite criticism, discouragement, and even sabotage, none of which are conducive to progress. Protecting long-term plans allows a woman to nurture them in peace, free from external influences that may hinder her growth. When a woman shares her plans too early or with the wrong audience, she exposes herself to a range of risks. Not everyone will understand or support her vision. Some may project their own fears and limitations onto her, discouraging her from pursuing her goals. Others may offer unsolicited advice that derails her focus or instills self-doubt. Even worse, certain individuals may feel threatened by her ambitions and attempt to undermine her efforts. By keeping her plans private, she eliminates the possibility of external interference and ensures that her progress remains uninterrupted. Keeping long-term plans private also fosters a sense of accountability and self-motivation. When a woman commits to her goals quietly, she takes full ownership of her journey. She is not swayed by external validation or criticism, but remains focused on what truly matters to her. This approach allows her to work diligently toward her dreams without feeling the pressure to constantly prove herself to others. Instead of seeking approval, she channels her energy into achieving tangible results. Additionally, protecting her plans can help a woman maintain a clear sense of purpose. Sharing goals with too many people can sometimes lead to a dilution of vision. Others may offer conflicting opinions or suggest alternative paths that, while well-intentioned, might deviate from her original intent. By keeping her plans private, she avoids the confusion that often arises from too much external input. This clarity enables her to stay true to her values and make decisions that align with her ultimate aspirations. Privacy also provides a safe space for experimentation and growth. Every journey toward a goal involves a certain degree of trial and error. A woman who keeps her plans private can navigate these ups and downs without fear of judgment. She has the freedom to make mistakes, learn from them, and adjust her course without feeling the need to explain herself to others. This autonomy is crucial for personal and professional growth, as it allows her to develop resilience and confidence in her ability to overcome challenges. Moreover, revealing long-term plans prematurely can sometimes create unnecessary pressure. When others become aware of a woman's goals, they may impose expectations that add to her stress. For instance, well-meaning friends and family might constantly ask for updates or offer reminders of the risks involved. While these interactions may come from a place of care, they can also feel overwhelming and counterproductive. By keeping her plans private, a woman shields herself from these external pressures and maintains a sense of calm and focus. Another significant advantage of keeping long-term plans private is the element of surprise. Achieving a goal and then sharing the success with others can be far more impactful than discussing it beforehand. When a woman reveals her accomplishments after the fact, she demonstrates her capability and determination without needing to justify her journey. This approach not only enhances her credibility, but also inspires others to believe in the power of perseverance and quiet effort. It is important to note that keeping plans private does not mean avoiding collaboration or support. A woman can still seek guidance and input from trusted mentors or allies who genuinely understand and respect her vision. The key is to be selective and intentional about whom she involves in her journey. By building a network of supportive individuals, she ensures that her plans are nurtured in an environment of encouragement and positivity. In conclusion, protecting long-term plans is a powerful way for a woman to safeguard her dreams and aspirations. It allows her to work with clarity, focus, and confidence while minimizing the risks of external interference and unnecessary pressure. By nurturing her goals privately, she creates the conditions necessary for success and ensures that her journey remains true to her vision. Ultimately, this approach empowers her to achieve her dreams on her terms and share her triumphs with the world when the time is right. A woman's financial standing is a deeply personal aspect of her life that requires careful discretion. In a world where perceptions often shape how people are treated, a woman's financial information can influence how others view her, interact with her, and sometimes even exploit her. Whether she is financially comfortable or facing challenges, keeping her financial details private protects her from judgment, envy, and potential manipulation. Managing finances is not just about numbers, it is also about maintaining control over one's narrative and personal independence. When a woman openly discusses her financial situation, she risks exposing herself to unnecessary scrutiny. If she is financially successful, she may encounter envy or unwarranted expectations from others. Friends or acquaintances might expect her to provide assistance or contribute more than her fair share in group settings, assuming that her resources are unlimited. Similarly, if she is struggling financially, she may face pity, unsolicited advice, or even judgment from those who misunderstand her circumstances. Keeping her financial standing private allows her to interact with others on equal footing, without the weight of their assumptions influencing her relationships. Another reason for financial discretion is the potential for exploitation. People with ill intentions often target those whose financial situations are too transparent. A woman who openly shares her wealth might attract individuals seeking to take advantage of her resources, whether through manipulative relationships, business dealings, or scams. On the other hand, someone aware of her financial struggles might exploit her vulnerability, offering help with hidden agendas or unfair terms. By keeping her finances private, a woman shields herself from these risks and maintains greater control over her financial security. Discretion about finances also empowers a woman to navigate her professional life more effectively. In the workplace, sharing financial details such as salary or investments can lead to unnecessary comparisons and complications. Colleagues might feel resentment or entitlement if they perceive her earnings to be higher, or they may offer unsolicited opinions if they learn she is earning less. These dynamics can create tension and potentially harm her reputation or working relationships. By keeping her financial information private, she focuses attention on her skills, contributions, and professional growth rather than on her income or assets. Financial privacy also fosters a sense of independence. A woman who keeps her financial details private takes charge of her own decisions, free from the influence of others' opinions. She can set her own priorities, whether that means saving for a future goal, investing in opportunities, or spending on things that bring her joy. This autonomy allows her to build a life that aligns with her values and aspirations, rather than feeling pressured to meet societal expectations or conform to external standards. Furthermore, keeping financial matters private can be crucial in personal relationships. Money is often a sensitive topic, even among close friends or family members. Transparency about finances can sometimes cause conflicts, misunderstandings, or imbalances in relationships. For example, if one person is perceived to have more resources, others may feel entitled to assistance or harbor unspoken resentment. By maintaining discretion, a woman avoids unnecessary tension and ensures that her relationships are based on mutual respect and understanding rather than financial dynamics. Discretion also allows a woman to protect her mental and emotional well-being. Financial transparency, especially in public or social settings, can invite unsolicited advice, criticism, or judgment, which may feel overwhelming or stressful. By choosing what to share and with whom, she creates boundaries that preserve her peace of mind. This intentionality helps her focus on managing her finances effectively without external distractions. Additionally, financial privacy supports long-term planning and security. A woman who keeps her financial details private can make strategic decisions without feeling rushed or influenced by others. Whether she is saving for a dream home, planning for retirement, or investing in a new business venture, privacy gives her the freedom to explore her options and adjust her plans as needed. It also allows her to celebrate her milestones in her own time, sharing her successes when and how she chooses. While maintaining financial privacy is important, it does not mean avoiding conversations about money altogether. A woman can and should seek guidance from trusted financial advisors or close confidants who have her best interests at heart. These conversations, however, should be intentional and conducted within a safe and supportive environment. By being selective about whom she involves in her financial decisions, she ensures that her financial journey is guided by wisdom and positivity. Ultimately, financial discretion is not about secrecy, but about empowerment. By keeping her financial standing private, a woman takes control of her narrative, protects her resources, and maintains her independence. This approach allows her to manage her finances confidently and strategically, while preserving her peace of mind and personal dignity. Whether she is thriving or striving, her financial story belongs to her alone, and she has the right to share it on her own terms. Private relationships are among the most significant and sensitive aspects of a woman's life. They encompass her connections with family, friends, romantic partners, and even mentors or colleagues. These relationships are often built on trust, intimacy, and mutual understanding, and their sanctity can be easily disrupted if exposed to public scrutiny or outside interference. Keeping private relationships private is not about secrecy, but about preserving their integrity and shielding them from unnecessary complications. This discretion ensures that the bonds remain strong, authentic, and free from external pressures. When a woman chooses to share the details of her private relationships openly, she exposes them to the opinions, judgments, and potential criticisms of others. People are quick to offer advice or form opinions based on limited information, which can create unnecessary tension or misunderstandings. For instance, a well-meaning friend might misinterpret an argument between a couple and offer advice that complicates the situation rather than resolves it. Similarly, sharing too much about a familial conflict can lead to gossip that strains relationships further. By keeping these matters private, a woman protects her relationships from being misunderstood or distorted by those who may not fully grasp the nuances of her situation. The modern age of social media has amplified the tendency to share personal moments and relationships publicly. While it may feel gratifying to showcase happy moments such as a romantic dinner, a family celebration, or a heartfelt conversation with a friend, doing so frequently invites an audience into the relationship. This audience, even if well-meaning, may begin to form opinions, ask intrusive questions, or feel entitled to updates. Over time, this dynamic can place undue pressure on the relationship, as both individuals involved may feel the need to maintain appearances or live up to others' expectations. Keeping private relationships out of the public eye allows them to thrive naturally without the burden of external validation or judgment. Another reason to protect private relationships is to prevent envy or interference. Not everyone who observes a happy bond or a strong connection will celebrate it. Some people may feel envious and in extreme cases may attempt to sow discord out of spite. For instance, a close friendship that is visibly admired may invite jealousy from others who feel excluded. Similarly, a romantic relationship that seems ideal to outsiders might attract criticism or even attempts to disrupt it. By keeping these connections private, a woman minimizes the chances of such interference and ensures that her relationships are not affected by outside negativity. Preserving privacy also allows a woman to address conflicts or challenges within her relationships more effectively. All relationships, no matter how strong, face occasional difficulties. When these issues are shared with a wider audience, the focus often shifts from resolution to explanation. For example, if a woman openly discusses a disagreement with her partner, she may feel the need to defend her choices or actions to those who are aware of the situation. This diversion can make it harder to address the core issue within the relationship. By keeping these matters private, she and the other party can work through their differences without the added pressure of external opinions or expectations. Additionally, privacy fosters a sense of intimacy and trust. When a relationship is kept private, the individuals involved feel secure in the knowledge that their bond is valued and protected. They can share their thoughts, feelings, and vulnerabilities openly, knowing that these moments will not be broadcast to others. This creates a safe space where the relationship can deepen and grow without fear of judgment or exposure. In contrast, relationships that are frequently shared or discussed publicly may lose some of this intimacy. as the individuals involved may begin to guard their words or actions to avoid potential misunderstandings or gossip. Privacy also provides the freedom to define the relationship on one's own terms. Every relationship is unique, and its dynamics should be shaped by the individuals involved, not by societal norms or external influences. For instance, a romantic couple may choose to take their time before making their relationship public, allowing them to build a strong foundation without the distraction of outside opinions. Similarly, a woman may keep certain friendships private because they hold personal significance that she does not wish to dilute by sharing them with others. This autonomy ensures that the relationship evolves organically, guided by the values and priorities of those involved. In conclusion, keeping private relationships private is a choice rooted in respect, wisdom, and the desire to nurture meaningful connections. It allows a woman to protect her bonds from unnecessary scrutiny, maintain intimacy and trust, and navigate challenges without external interference. In a world that often prioritizes visibility and sharing, the decision to preserve the sanctity of private relationships is a powerful act of love and self-respect. By exercising discretion, a woman not only safeguards her relationships, but also honors the people she holds dear, creating a space where those connections can flourish freely. In life, conflict is inevitable. Whether in personal relationships, professional settings, or social interactions, disagreements and challenges arise, testing one's patience, composure, and problem-solving skills. For a woman, navigating these conflicts with grace and strategy is essential. One of the most powerful tools in handling adversity is discretion, particularly when it comes to concealing her next move. By keeping her plans and responses private, a woman retains control, maintains an advantage, and ensures her actions are deliberate and effective. When a woman openly shares her intentions during a conflict, she risks giving others the opportunity to counteract or undermine her efforts. In competitive or adversarial situations, this can be detrimental. For instance, in a workplace disagreement, revealing her strategy to address the issue might allow others to anticipate her moves and manipulate the situation to their benefit. Similarly, in personal conflicts, disclosing her thoughts or plans too early can escalate tensions, as the other party might become defensive or resistant. By keeping her next move concealed, she preserves the element of surprise, which often plays a crucial role in resolving conflicts effectively. Discretion also allows a woman to remain composed and thoughtful in her approach. A conflict can evoke strong emotions, from frustration and anger to sadness and disappointment. Acting impulsively or revealing too much in the heat of the moment can lead to decisions that are later regretted. When a woman takes the time to process her emotions and develop a considered strategy without broadcasting it, she ensures that her actions are measured and intentional. This thoughtful approach not only increases the likelihood of a positive outcome, but also demonstrates maturity and emotional intelligence. Maintaining privacy about her next steps also protects a woman from unsolicited advice or interference. When others become aware of her intentions, they may offer their opinions, whether or not they are helpful or relevant. While some advice might come from a genuine place of care, it can also add unnecessary confusion or pressure. For example, friends or colleagues may suggest alternative approaches that conflict with her instincts or values, causing her to second-guess herself. By keeping her plans private, she avoids this external noise and focuses on what she believes is the best course of action. Additionally, concealing her next move helps a woman manage the narrative surrounding the conflict. In any disagreement, perception plays a significant role in shaping how others respond and react. By withholding her plans, she prevents others from misinterpreting or misrepresenting her intentions. This control over the narrative ensures that her actions are judged based on their outcomes rather than on speculation or assumption. It also allows her to address the situation on her terms without being forced into a defensive position. Another advantage of keeping her next move private is the ability to adapt as the situation evolves. Conflicts are rarely static. They often shift as new information comes to light or as the dynamics between the parties involved change. A woman who has shared her plans prematurely may find herself locked into a specific course of action, even if circumstances no longer support it. Conversely, a woman who keeps her strategy to herself retains the flexibility to adjust her approach as needed. This adaptability can be a decisive factor in achieving a successful resolution. Discretion in conflict also fosters a sense of empowerment and self-reliance. When a woman keeps her next move private, she takes ownership of the situation and trusts her ability to navigate independently. This confidence not only strengthens her resolve, but also influences how others perceive her. People are more likely to respect and take seriously someone who approaches challenges with calm and calculated determination. This respect can, in turn, lead to more constructive and cooperative interactions, even in the midst of disagreement. Furthermore, concealing her next move demonstrates respect for the other parties involved. In many conflicts, the goal is not to win, but to find a resolution that benefits everyone. By avoiding premature disclosures or grandstanding, a woman signals that she values the process of resolution and is committed to finding a thoughtful and fair outcome. This restraint can foster goodwill and encourage others to approach the conflict with a similar mindset. Lastly, keeping her next move private allows a woman to protect her emotional well-being. A conflict can be draining both mentally and emotionally, and constantly defending or explaining her intentions can exacerbate this stress. By maintaining discretion, she conserves her energy and focuses it on constructive actions rather than on managing others' reactions or opinions. This focus not only enhances her ability to resolve the conflict, but also helps her maintain a sense of inner peace throughout the process. In conclusion, concealing her next move in conflict is a powerful strategy that enables a woman to navigate challenges with confidence, composure, and control. It allows her to remain flexible, protect her narrative, and approach the situation with thoughtfulness and integrity. By exercising discretion, she not only increases her chances of achieving a positive resolution, but also reinforces her strength and dignity, setting an example of grace under pressure. One of the most important aspects of personal dignity and self-respect is maintaining privacy around one's intimate life. Intimacy, whether emotional or physical, is a deeply personal and sacred experience shared between individuals. In a world that increasingly values openness and visibility, the decision to keep intimate details private is an act of self-care and empowerment. It allows a woman to protect her boundaries, maintain the integrity of her relationships, and avoid the negative consequences that can arise from sharing such sensitive information publicly. Sharing intimate details, especially in the wrong context or with the wrong audience, can lead to misunderstandings, judgment, and even damage to one's reputation. When intimate moments are disclosed openly, they become vulnerable to the interpretations and opinions of others. People may project their own beliefs, biases, or misconceptions onto the situation, creating unnecessary complications. For example, details about a romantic relationship, when shared too freely, can invite criticism or unsolicited advice, both of which can strain the bond between partners. By keeping such matters private, a woman shields herself and her relationships from external interference. Privacy and intimacy also protects the sanctity of personal relationships. Intimacy is built on trust, vulnerability, and shared understanding. When these moments are kept between the individuals involved, they retain their unique significance. However, when intimate details are shared with others, the bond can lose some of its depth and exclusivity. For instance, sharing private aspects of a relationship with friends or acquaintances might inadvertently trivialize those experiences, reducing their importance. By maintaining discretion, a woman ensures that her relationships remain authentic and deeply personal. Another key reason to keep intimate details private is to safeguard against exploitation. Unfortunately, not everyone has good intentions when it comes to personal information. Sharing intimate details publicly or with untrustworthy individuals can make a woman a target for gossip, manipulation, or even malicious actions. In extreme cases, this information could be used to harm her reputation or undermine her credibility in personal or professional circles. By exercising caution and discretion, she protects herself from such risks and maintains control over her narrative. Maintaining privacy also supports emotional well-being. Intimacy, by its nature, involves exposing one's most vulnerable self. When details of these experiences are shared too freely, they can lead to feelings of regret, shame, or discomfort, especially if the information is not received with care or respect. Keeping intimate moments private allows a woman to preserve her sense of security and self-worth. It also gives her the freedom to navigate her relationships on her terms, without the pressure of external scrutiny or judgment. Furthermore, discretion around intimacy fosters a sense of empowerment and self-respect. A woman who chooses to keep her intimate life private takes ownership of her personal boundaries. She asserts her right to decide what to share and with whom, reinforcing her autonomy. This sense of control is empowering and helps her navigate relationships with confidence and clarity. It also signals to others that she values herself and expects the same level of respect from those around her. In addition, privacy can protect the other individuals involved in intimate experiences. Intimacy is not a solitary experience. It often involves a partner or close confidant who also deserves consideration and respect. Sharing details about these moments without the consent of the other person can breach their trust and damage the relationship. By keeping such matters private, a woman demonstrates thoughtfulness and care for those she values, strengthening her bonds and fostering mutual respect. In professional or public life, maintaining discretion about one's intimate life is especially important. Inappropriate sharing can blur boundaries and lead to misunderstandings or even professional consequences. For instance, oversharing in a workplace setting might affect how colleagues perceive a woman, potentially undermining her credibility or creating uncomfortable dynamics. By maintaining privacy, she ensures that her professional identity remains focused on her skills, achievements, and contributions, free from personal distractions. Moreover, privacy creates a space for personal growth and reflection. Intimate experiences often teach important lessons about trust, communication, and self-awareness. When these moments are kept private, a woman can process them in her own time, drawing meaningful insights without the influence of external opinions. This reflection strengthens her ability to navigate future relationships and challenges with greater wisdom and resilience. Finally, privacy in intimate matters upholds the value of mystery and individuality. In an era where oversharing is often normalized, choosing discretion sets a woman apart as someone who values her personal life and respects its boundaries. This approach not only enhances her sense of self, but also inspires others to treat her with the same level of respect and consideration. In conclusion, keeping one's intimate life private is a powerful way to preserve personal dignity, protect relationships, and maintain emotional well-being. It allows a woman to navigate her connections and experiences with confidence, free from external pressures or judgments. By valuing and safeguarding her intimate moments, she reinforces her self-respect and ensures that her personal life remains a source of strength, joy, and fulfillment.